Hey everybody, welcome back to Travel Trailer Nation. Where is Marfa, Texas, and what are the Marfa Lights? Well, Marfa, Texas is a very small city in West Texas, about 575 miles from our home. Much like the city of Nevada, Texas, where we currently reside, Marfa was founded as a railroad watering stop. Now, while Nevada, Texas was named after the Nevada territories, even though it is pronounced Nevada here, Marfa was named after Marfa Strogoff, a character in a Jules Verne novel. Now, since Marfa's in a desert environment, the days are going to be very hot and the evenings are cold. We expect that in the first week of October, we'll probably be in the low 80s in Marfa, but the nights are going to get down into the low 50s, maybe even a little bit lower than that. And we are going to break this trip up into two parts. So our first stop on the way to Marfa will be in Midland, Odessa RV Park. I've looked at the pictures online and it looks like it was once a KOA. It's about 379 miles from here. And my guess is we'll spend about 7.5 hours just to get there with Eva because we've got to make some frequent stops. And that should give us a very easy second day with only 200 miles to go. As I mentioned, it does look like it was once a KOA, but it really looks like a nice campground. And we're only there for one night in order to break up the trip, but I was going to book it on the way home as well. But when I went to do that, I got a message saying that there was absolutely no vacancy. So the trip home, we're going to stay at the Abilene State Park, and we've stayed there before. Our stay at Marfa will be at the Tumble Inn RV Park, and from what I can see in pictures on their website, it's very rustic, probably what you would expect in a desert environment. I don't think Eva's going to have a lot of grass to roam on. Looks pretty much like gravel and scrub brush, but she'll be fine. My interactions with the owner over making reservations seem really good, like a really good experience, and I got to admit I'm a bit curious on how the stay will go, because we're going to stay there for the entire week. So why Marfa? Well, Tammy and I have watched a few shows on the Marfa Lights, and we always wanted to go and take a chance and see if we could actually see them ourselves. They're supposed to be visible on clear nights between Marfa and the Passano Pass when facing the southwest, and I'll probably butcher this, facing the Chinati Mountains. The lights change colors, they move, they merge together, they spread apart, they appear, disappear. And if you've heard that they're car lights in the distance, because there's a lot of theories on what they are, that's just not possible. In fact, there hasn't been an explanation, a scientific explanation for these lights. But the reason I say that there's no way it's car lights is because the first sighting was before there was a record of automobiles in Texas. The first historical sighting was actually 1883. I took the following from Wikipedia and I'll read it. The first historical record of the Marfa Lights was 1883 when a young cowhand, Robert Reed Ellison, saw a flickering light while he was driving cattle through the Passano Pass. Oh my God, I hope I didn't butcher that too, and wondered if it was the campfire of the Apache. Other settlers told him they often saw the lights, but when they investigated, they found no ashes and no evidence of a campsite. Joe and Ann Humphreys next reported seeing the lights in 1885. So, as I mentioned, there hasn't been, with all the research that's been done, there has never been conclusive proof of what the lights are. So there's also a viewing station, from our campground we're just outside of Marfa, like walking distance to the city. And 9 miles out on the county road there's a viewing station. So looking forward to that. And then to the south of Marfa by about 120 miles is actually Big Bend National Park. So that's going to be another stop for us as well. And that should give Eva a little break from the scenery at Marfa. I ordinarily take my laptop with us when we go on the road so that I can actually make videos and then edit them in the trailer and then upload them. But from what I understand, there will be very, very limited cellular coverage out there. So I think it's just a a no-brainer to not take the computer and then just edit the videos when I get home, provided I get something that's usable. But I'm sure I will one way or the other. And I think, taking some of Big Bend will be great too. So I will have stuff to show you. So you'll have to stand by for that trip, not only to, see if we get a chance to look at the Marfa lights, but also the entire trip and going to Big Bend. And, certainly we'll let you know how that whole experience worked out. And I'll also let you know how those campgrounds are in case you want to go there. One thing I do want to caution you about, because I have looked for gas stations, and once you get into Marfa, there's a station there, but it gets really sporadic as far as gas stops. So be very careful if you're down traveling that area. Make sure that you have plenty of fuel. Certainly not an area you would want to get stranded in and wait, because I don't think there's a lot of people traveling those roadways down there, but hey, maybe I'm wrong. So stand by for that trip. It's coming up shortly, and until next time, happy camping.